Hello everyone, welcome to chapter 14, starting early retirement and estate planning using focus on personal finance. This is, in terms of copyright, it's owned by McGraw-Hill 2022. Okay. In terms of copyright, the book is by Kapoor, Driver, Hughes, and Hart. There's about 50 slides on this one. Okay, let me just, excuse me for a while. Let me just get start here. There's about 4 learning objectives of this chapter. The first one is to analyze your current asset and liabilities of retirement, estimate your retirement living costs. Number 2 is determine how plan retirement income, and therefore a balanced budget based on your retirement income. Number 3, analyze the personal legal aspect of estate planning. Number 4, distinguish among various types of wills and trusts. Okay. There's a little smart for retirement, even when it goes along the way. That's the key part. The tips that everybody wants to retire comfortably. Okay, how do you do that? You start now. Don't wait. Time is critical. Start small if necessary. Use automatic deduction from your payroll or checking account. Okay, save regularly. That's the key. Be realistic about your investment return. If you have a change job, keep your retirement account money in your former employer's plan and roll it over into your new employer's plan on a and don't slip into retirement savings unless it is absolutely necessary. Okay, example here, starting early. Consider if you age from 25 to 65, you invest 3,000 per month, an average 9% return a year. You'll have 1.4 million in your retirement fund by the age of 65. Waiting just 10 years until age 35, you begin your 300-month investing will need 549, whereas you wait another 20 years to begin investment, you will only have about 200,000 at the age of 65. This shows here in chapter 14.2 how even a 2,000 investments earning just 4% growth. Okay, shows you from here 2,000 all the way up to 60 become 100, 12,000, 170. Okay, shows you the growth. At the age of 40, you got 24. At the age of the 50, you got 59,000. And at the age of 60, you got 112,000. Okay, conducting financial analysis. Excuse me. Financial analysis. Okay, an asset is an item of value that you own. Examples such as cash, property, personal possession, investment, and the current value of any stock and bonds, life insurance, or any pension funds. Liabilities are debt you owe, for example, the remaining balance on the mortgage or automobile loan and credit cards, or any unpaid taxes, etc. What is net worth? Net worth is found by subtracting your liability from your assets. Ideally, it should increase each year as you move closer to retirement. Okay, let me just go back to the slide. You should review your asset regularly. That's the key part. Review your asset regularly. Okay. In conducting a financial analysis, you need to review the first housing things. Likely your most valuable asset, but buying a home with a large mortgage could prevent you from savings. Okay, if you have a large mortgage, prevent you from saving. Life insurance may be purchased to provide financial support for your spouse and children in case you die while they are young. You may reduce your premium payments by decreasing your life insurance coverage as your children become self-sufficient and you need near retirement age. Other investment, when you're ready to retire, you may want to use the income from this investment to help cover living expenses instead of reinvesting it. As with retirement living expenses as well, you cannot predict exactly how much money you'll need when you retire, but you can estimate your basic needs, okay? When you want to live during retirement has significant impact on your financial needs. For example, you live in New York, it'll be costly. If you live, let's say, somewhere in Thailand, it'll be cheaper, or maybe in Bali, in Indonesia, or maybe in somewhere in Phuket Island or Pattaya Island, Pattaya area. In Thailand, it's much cheaper, or maybe in Portugal, also cheaper. You'll probably spend more on recreation, health insurance, and medical care in retirement than you do now. Okay. And then you may spend less on transportation as well as on clothing. Your foreign income tax may be lower in retirements. Some income from various retirement plans may be taxed at a lower rate or not at all. Remember to plan your for emergency. Do not forget to take inflation into the account. Okay. On the average household, over 65 to 74 and 75 plus households spend their money from the pre-tax annual income for housing, food, clothing, transportation, healthcare, entertainment, pension, and social security and others. The highest cost will be for the age for 65 to 74 will be like housing. So always housing is the number one. Okay, the same thing with age 75 older housing, and then you have the second highest for this one will be transportations. Okay, 674. But for if you are age 75 older, will be much. Well, the second highest will be healthcare because you grow older, your health is started deteriorating, and you need a lot of care for health side. Okay, it shows you the pattern of the expenses from 65 to 74 or 75 or older. And then retirement income, objective number 2. For 4 major sources of retirement income will be number 1, employer pension plan are retirement plans that are funded at least in part by the employers. Number 2 is public pension plan that are provided by local or state or federal government. Number 3, your personal retirement plan are set up by individuals that are especially important for self-employed people and other workers who are not covered by employers' pension plans. Number 4, annuity are contract purchase from an insurance company that provide for a sum of money to be paid to persons at the regular interval for certain numbers of years for life. Okay. And then most employers plan are into two basic types. Okay, the first one is defined contribution plan. The second one is defined benefit plans. But now in Canada, since the year 2000, everybody is using company mostly changing into defined benefit plan. Why? Because it's cheap. Defined contribution plan. It's the other way around. Most of the companies are doing a defined contribution plan. But if you're late for state companies or provincial company or a quasi company, they still have, or government, they still have defined benefit plans. Why? Because defined benefit plans are very costly. Defined contribution plans consist of an individual account of each employee to which the employee contributes to a specific account annually and does not guarantee any particular benefits. There are also several types of defined contribution plan that exist, such as with a money purchase plan, where your employee promised to set aside a certain amount of money for you for each year. And then under a stock bonus plan, your employee contribution is used to buy stock if the company for you. And then lastly, for the profit sharing plan, your employee contribution depends on the company profits. In the defined employee pension plan, such as defined contribution plan, we are using the 401k, which is in US based. In Canada, we will call RRSP. Okay, it's a different name. It is a salary deduction plan. You plan aside a portion of your salary from each paycheck to be deducted from your gross pay and placed into special account, where your employer will often match your contribution up to a specific dollar amount of a percentage of your salary. And then funds are invested in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Money that accumulated is tax deferred, meaning that you do not have to pay tax on it until you withdraw it. Fees and expenses are paid by your plan may substantially reduce the growth in your account. And refer to Section 403B if employees as tax exemptions such as hospital or non-profit firm. For defined contributions, employee contribution to pension plan belong to you, to the employees, regardless of the amount of time that you are with a particular employers. What happens to the contribution the employer has made to your account if you change jobs, move to another company before you retire? Vesting is the right to receive the employer's pension plan contribution that you have gained, even if you leave the companies before retiring. After a certain number of years with the company, you will become fully invested and entitled to receive 100% of the company contribution to the plan on your behalf. Defined benefit plans specify the benefits you will receive at retirement age based on your total earning and years on the job. The plan, however, does not specify how much employee must contribute each year, but rather employee contributions are based on how much money will be needed in the funds as each participant in the plan retires. If the fund is inadequate, the employer will have to make additional contributions. So that's why it's very costly. Okay, because the employer always have to make additional contributions. So that's why most employer now uh, choosing a defined contribution plan instead of benefit plan. Benefit plan is mostly for the government working side. Okay, employer pension plan can be on the other plan on other. Some pension plan allow profitability, which means that you can carry earned benefits from one pension plan to another when you change job. The Employee Retirement Income Security Act 1974 sets the minimum standard of the pension plan, and federal government ensures part of the payment promised by the defined benefit plans. The Social Security pension plan, pension plan is a public pension plan established by the U.S. government in 1935. The government agency that manages the program is called the Social Security Administration. It covers 97% of all workers, and almost one out of every 6 Americans will collect some form of Social Security benefits. Package of protection that provide benefits to retired, survivors, and disabled persons. Protect you and your family while you are working and after you retire. Never intended to provide 100% of retirement income. Social Security eligibility, amount of retirement plan benefits you receive from Social Security is based on earnings over the years. The more you work, the higher your earnings, and the greater of your benefits up to a certain amount. Okay, to qualify, you must earn a certain number of credit. Excuse me, let me just grab a sip of water. Credit that are based on length of time you may work and pay into a system to Social Security tax and contributions of your earnings. You and your employers may pay equal amounts to the Social Security tax. Credits are calculated on quarterly basis. So here in Canada will be CCP, okay? Certain dependents of workers may receive also benefits. And then Social Security retirement benefits, this is based on the US. The name will be like our CPP in Canada, okay? Most people can begin collecting CPP benefits or Social Security benefits at the age of 62. The money amount at the 60 will be less than it would be if the persons wait until full retirement age. There's a reduction as well as a permanent. Full retirement will be at 67 for people born in 1960 and later. If you postpone applying benefit beyond your full retirement age, your monthly payment will increase slightly for each year you wait, but only up to 70 years old. When you start receiving social benefits, certain members of your family may also require benefit on your record. There are also other public pension plans. Federal government provides several other social retirement plans for federal government workers and railroad employees. Employees covered under this plan are not covered by Social Security. Federal administration provides pension for survivors and people who died while in the armed forces. They also offer disability pension for eligible veterans. Many state and local government provide retirement plans for their employees as well. Okay. In the personal retirement plans, because in the retirement you call it IRA, this is Canada. This is the US. Canada will be RRSP. It's a special account, TSFRA. This is in Canada. Okay, it's a special amount in which the employee set a portion of their income. Taxes are not paid in principal interest until money is withdrawn from the account. Okay, there are several types of IRA that are available: regular IRA, Roth IRA, or SEP plan. Special IRA, this is mostly American side. Canada will be TFSA, okay? Tax-free saving account, TFSA, okay? That's the difference, the different name. The concept will be the same, but the name will be different, okay? Each has its country has its jurisdiction. You have to be aware of it. This slide is American based. Okay, Exhibit 14.5, regular IRA. There's a tax deferred interest in earnings, an annual limit of individual contributions, and there's a limited eligibility for the tax deduction and contribution. These are the features of a regular IRA. For both Roth IRA, There's an annual limit on individual contribution, withdrawal out of tax-free specific area cases, and condition to do not reduce current taxes. Canada about 5,000 up to there's a limit. Okay, and US will be different depending on the type. SEP-IRA, which is Simplified Employee Pension Plan (IRA), pay yourself first, payroll deduction contributions, pre-tax contributions, and tax deferred interest rate and earnings. Okay, and then we will also have spousal IRA, which is tax deferred interest and earnings. Both working spouse and non-working spouse can contribute up to annual limit. There's also limited eligibility for tax deductible contributions. Rollover IRA. For this one, this is a traditional IRA that accepts rollover for all of the portion of your taxable contribution from a retirement plan. You can also roll over to Roth IRA. The education IRA, tax deferred interest and earnings, 10% early withdrawal penalty is waived when money is used to higher education expense. Annual limit on the contribution do not reduce current taxes. For personal retirement plans, individual retirement account, KEOC plan, is a plan in which tax deductible contributions fund the retirement of some employed people and their employees, and also called HR plan and self-employment retirement plan. Limits on annual tax deductible contributions and can be complicated to administer. Required a minimum distribution is a minimum amount you must withdraw from your account each year. Apart from the IRA, you can keep money in most tax-deferred retirement plans forever. It is a Secure Act 2019 requires that when you retire by the age 72, at the latest, you must begin to receive required premium distribution or else be charged with a penalty. Okay, again, here's this timeline for the retirement planning. Shows you what you need to do. At age 50, begin making catch-up contribution an extra amount that goes over 50 can add up to 401k, which is RSP here, and other retirement accounts. Check your Social Security statement online every year for the earning accuracy and learn what your estimated benefit will be. At 50.5 years, at your age, no more tax penalty are levied on early withdrawal from employers provided retirement saving plans such as 401k plans and other individual retirement accounts, but leaving money means that more time to grow. And also withdrawal will be taxed as a regular income. At age 62, the minimum age receives SS benefit, but delaying claiming means a larger monthly benefits. At 65, you're eligible for Medicare and sign up for Medicare and Medicare Part D. This is in the US. Canada is OB. We are already covered by OHIP if you're in Ontario. Okay? 66 to 70 receive Social full benefit depending on your birth year. And Social Security delayed retirement credit will increase monthly benefits for each month claiming is delayed between the full retirement age and the age of 70. At 72, start taking minimum withdrawal from most retirement account by this age, otherwise you may be charged heavy penalty in the future. Annuities. May purchase an annuity with the money you receive from an IRA account or company pension. You can buy annuity to support the income you'll receive from either of these type of plans. You can choose to purchase an annuity that has a single payment or installment payment. Payment received from annuity are taxed as an ordinary income, but interest earned from annuity accumulate tax free until the payment begins. Living on your retirement income, that's the key part. Okay, you may find your expenses in retirement are higher than you expected, in which case you'll have some work to do. Are you getting the income in which you're entitled to? That's the key part that you need to ask. Okay, and consider any asset value that you can convert to cash or source of income. Okay, some people decide to work part-time after they retire, and some even take new full-time jobs. If you into your retirement nest egg, consider one of the most important questions. How long will the saving last if you make regular withdrawals? That's the key part. Okay, make sure you don't want to go broke when you are at the old age. Got no money to spend on your food. You don't have food to eat. 14.3 is estate planning. Your estate consists of everything that you own. Many years from now, as you grow older, you will start to think about what will happen to your hard-earned wealth after you die. Estate planning is definitely a plan for the administration and disposition of one's property during one's lifetime at one's death. And number one, build your estate through savings, investment, and insurance. Number two, ensure your estate will be distributed as you wish at the time of your death. Legal documents, okay? And the statement typically involves various legal documents, one of which is usually a will. Important paper you will need to collect and organize include the following: birth, marriage, and divorce documents, legal name changes, military service, social security documents, veteran documents, insurance policy, transfer records or joint other bank accounts, safe deposit box, as well as the automobile registration and title of stock and bond or certificate. Remember, when you die, the person who is responsible for handling your affair will be need access to this and other important documents. Okay? Legal aspect of this text planning. Will is a legal declarations of person mind as to the disposition of his or her property after the death. One of the most important documents for every adult. Have an attorney experience with will and estate planning. Draft your will. Standard will cost between 300 to 400. If you die in the state without a valid will, your legal state of residence will step in control of your estate without regard of any wishes you may have had. For basic type of will, such as simple will, traditional marital share will, exchange of will, and state amount will. Okay, you must have a will in this part of the world. Okay, if not, the estate will be taken by the government and distributed according to their law, and then it's not based on your will. The types of will. What are the types of will? Number one, simple will. Leaves everything to your spouse and is generally sufficient for people with small estate. May not meet your objective if you have any large complex estate, may result in higher overall taxations. Number two, taxation marital share will leave one half of the adjusted gross estate, total estate of estate minus debt and cost, to the spouse, and the other half to children and other heirs. May also be held in trust of the family. Trust is a legal arrangement to which one asset will be held on it a trustee. Okay. Number three, exemption of trust will pass on your assets to your spouse, except for a certain amount which goes into a trust. Amount of interest plus any interest it earns can provide a lifelong income to spouse that will not be taxed. Number four, state amount will allows you to pass along an amount best suited for your particular needs. There's a probate as well, which is the legal procedure of proving a valid or invalid will. No matter what type of will you choose, it is best to avoid the probate. Probate is very expensive as well as lengthy and public. Okay. Let's go on the next one. Format of wills. There is a holographic will which is handwritten. That will prepare yourself to be written, dated, and signed in your own handwriting. No printed type information shall appear on its pages. Some states do not recognize holographic will as legal. This is some states that's okay. You have to check your which province allow you to be legal. Okay. The formal will is usually prepared with the help of attorney, must be typed, and may be pre-printed form you will fill out. Must send the will and draft to witness. Neither person can be a beneficiary named in the will. Witness must then sign the will in front of you. Such a will is prepared or reprinted form and can present serious. Can use better. My recommendation is always to use the formal will, so it is clear. Writing your will, you must select an executor in case where you die. Okay, somebody that is willing and able to perform a task involved in carrying out your will. The tasks include preparing inventory of your assets, collecting money due, and paying off your debts. And must prepare and file income and estate tax return, and responsible for making decisions about selling and reinvesting assets to pay off debts and provide income to your family while estate is being settled. Must also distribute the estate and make final accounting to your beneficiary and to the probate court. Writing a will allows you to express exactly how you want your property to be distributed to your heirs. Okay, that's the key part. If you are heirs, then you need to decide whether it's going to go to other people or any charity. Okay, good example. Writing your will. Selecting a guardian and writing your will. Okay, guardian is a person who assumes responsibility for providing children with personal care and managing the deceased estate for them. Sometimes you will need to change the provision of your will because the change in your life and in the law. The reason to review your will include the following. Why? You have moved to a new state that has different law. Number 2, you have sold property that is mentioned in the will. Number 3, the size composition of your estate have changed. 4, you get married, divorced, and remarried. The spouses have died and new ones have been born as well. Okay, codicil is the document that you present into an existing will. Don't make any written changes on the pages of existing will. Okay, additions, deletions, ensuring that will has been signed and witnesses can invalidate that will. If you want to make only few minor changes, adding codicil is the best choice. So if you want to make changes, codicil is the best document to make provision on the existing will. Okay, always codicil is the key part. Do not make any alteration in your existing will, but if you want to make changes, do a codicil. That's the best way. Okay, living will is a documentation that enables individual while well to express the intentions that the life will be, to be allowed and to end if or she will terminally ill. To ensure effectiveness, discuss your intention of preparing such a will with the people closest to you on your family, doctors. Sign and date your documentation before the two witnesses. Give copy of your living will to those closest to you and have your family doctor place a copy in your medical file. Okay. Social media and digital will. If you are inactive online, you should consider creating a statement how you would like your online identity to be handled. Review the privacy policy and terms of conditions and each app where you have presence. State how you would like your profile to be handled. Give your social media executor the document that lists all the websites that you have profiled along with your username and password. State in your will with that online executor should have a copy of your death certificate. Power of attorney and letter of last instructions. Power of attorney is the legal documentation authorizing someone to act on one's behalf. If you become seriously ill or injured, you will probably need someone to take care of your needs and personal affairs. That's the key part. There's also letter of last instruction. It's not legally binding, but it can provide your heirs with important information. It should contain your wishes to your funeral arrangement as well as the names of the people who are to be informed of your death. Send one copy to your attorney or executor or touch another of your will. Keep it one safe place at home. Trust. Trust is a legal arrangement that manages the assets of your estate for your benefits and that of your beneficiary. Creator of trust is called the trustor or guarantor. The trustee administers the trust and may be a person or institution. Common reason for setting up trust are to reduce or otherwise provide payment of estate taxes and avoid probate, transfer assets immediately and free yourself from managing assets and provide income for surviving spouse or someone else. Ensure the property as well to be served the side purpose after death. What kind of the type of trust? Okay, it can be revocable as well as irrevocable. Revocable trust is one which you have the right to end the trust or change its term during your lifetime. Avoid lengthy process of probate. Do not protect assets from federal or state taxes. Irrevocable trust is one that cannot be changed or ended. Avoid probate. Help reduce estate tax. And by law cannot remove any assets from irrevocable trust even you need them at some later point in your life. Okay. Create shelter trust. Okay, what are they? It's one that enables the spouse of a certain deceased person to avoid paying federal taxes on a certain amount of the assets left to him or her as part of the estate. And perhaps the most common estate planning of trust. There's also a disclaimer trust. What is it? Appropriate for couples who do not yet have enough assets to need create shelter trust but may have in the future. Surviving spouse is left with everything, but he or she has the right to claim, disclaim, or deny some portion of the estate. This portion goes into credit shelter trust. Types of trust. Living trust is a property management arrangement that goes into effect while you are alive, allows you to receive benefits during your lifetime. Advantages include the following: ensure privacy, asset held in trust to avoid problem of your death, enables you to review your trustee performance, can relieve you of management responsibility, and less likely than will to create argument between heirs upon your death, and can guide your family and doctors if you become terminally ill or unable to make your own decision. Testamentary trust is one established by your will that becomes effective upon your death. Tax and estate planning. The estate tax is really tax collected on the value of a person's property at the time of his or her death, based on the fair market value of the deceased person, investment, property, and bank account, less an exempt amount of 11.58 million. This is the amount in 2020. The tax is due 9 months after that. This is called the tax estate tax. Estate certain tax must file for income tax return with the IRS. The tax income for estate trust is computed in the same manner as taxable income for individual. The estate must pay quarterly estimated tax. The further state and government impose various types of tax that you must consider in estate planning. The four major types of tax are estate tax, estate trust and income tax, and inheritance tax, and gift taxes. Okay. Taxes and estate planning. Inheritance tax is a tax collected on the property left by a person on his or will. Only state government imposes inheritance. Okay. This first for state inheritance tax would be from 4 to 10%, whatever the heir receives. A gift tax is collected on the money property value at more than 15,000 given by one person to another in a single year. Okay. Imposed by both state and federal government tax. One way to reduce tax liability is your estate is to reduce the size of the estate while you are alive and making away the portion as a gift. Chapter summary. Okay. Let's summarize this chapter. 14.1. Analyze your current asset and liability for retirement and estimate your retirement living cost. This number of things. The first key of your summary. Okay. Which is the difference between asset and liability is called net worth. DV asset to ensure that are sufficient for retirement, then estimated for your living expenses. Some expenses are likely to decrease while others will increase. 14.2. Determine your planned retirement income and develop balanced budget based on your retirement income. Your possible sources of income during retirement include employee pension plans, public pension plans, personal retirement plans, and annuity. If your income approximates your expense, you are in a good shape. If not, it determines the additional income needs and sources. Okay, 14.3. Analyze the personal legal aspect of estate planning. The personal aspect and estate planning depends on whether you are single or married. Never having been married does not eliminate the need to organize your financial affairs. Every adult should have a written will. A will is a way to transfer your property according to wishes that after you die. Okay. And lastly, in the 14.4 summary, distinguish among various types of will and trust. There are four basic of will: are the simple will, the tendency will, external trust will, and settlement will. The type of trust include the credit shelter trust, the disclaimer trust, the living trust, and the ceremonial trust. And federal state government impose various types of extra tax. You can prepare plan for paying these taxes. That's basically the end of this chapter. So I will upload this in YouTube as well as upload this in Edpuzzle for your interactive learning purposes. So thank you everyone for watching this video. Bye-bye.